It's Kylie. So, I got a couple little pieces of advice. You guys know I have my fancy goldfish, and I get a lot of questions about keeping them. And so, with this video, I'm going to kind of give you a little bit of hints on how to properly take care of your goldfish and ways to keep them healthy and happy and allow them to live for the full 25 years they're supposed to. With my goldfish, I actually have a schedule sheet, which I can actually show you right now that's next to my fish tank, that marks water changes, so I know when to do them and how much to do. I'll show you. Ooh, I gotta get up. Hey. There it is. Now, with this schedule sheet, I follow it very closely. My fish, I have 4 fancies, if you haven't seen my videos previously, in a 40-gallon tank. Rule of thumb that I like to stick by is each fish per 10 gallons. Well, fancies, I should say. When I'm referring to fish in this video, I mean fancy goldfish. It keeps them healthier, it allows them to grow. Fancies usually grow to about 8 inches, so that big. And they do produce a lot of waste and they eat a lot. With my fish, they're on a strict diet with food, so they're not overfed, and I don't have ammonia spikes, which can happen even in a cycled tank. My fish tank is fully cycled. When you're cycling your initial tank, you want to make sure that you put a piece of shrimp in there for a week, then go get a water test before you start adding fish in there. You want to allow the ammonia cycle to set in. It's when the nitrites and ammonia and just bacteria has to develop. It's really hard to explain, but if you find like an essay on it, it's a little bit more in detail. Back to feeding. My fish receive a protein in the morning, such as brine shrimp or a type of worm, 1/2 of Hikari pellet food, and at nighttime they receive vegetables and 1/2. Did I say cup before? I meant to say teaspoon. They receive 1/2 teaspoon of Hikari pellet food soaked in water first. It allows them to not get that upset tummy that most goldfish get and they float upside down. That's called swim bladder disorder, and you really don't want your fish to get that. So, yeah, my fish are on a very strict diet. Occasionally they'll get like little treats here and there, like a tank nibbler or something like that. But it's very rare, because they don't need it. I feed my fish broccoli, garlic. I found out they don't like apples very much. Cooked apples, I have to cook them and soak them in water first. They don't like carrots. They love seaweed. And there's a couple other things I can't think of on the top of my head right now, but I'll have to write them down and put them in front of you guys. I make gel food, and there's a lot more than just flakes. I refuse to feed my fish flakes. My fish never get fish flakes. They're so spoiled that I actually put in a fish flake, I think a month ago. I went to go feed my fish flakes because I was out of Hikari, and they refused to eat it. Yep. The fish food I feed them is $8 a bag. A little bag. So, yeah. But for the most part, fancies are an easy fish to take care of. The only thing I've really had a problem with is injuries. They'll find anything to injure themselves on. I always suggest keeping Malifix by hand, so just in case you ever need it, pour it right in the tank. The dosage that is recommended, you never want to overdose, and it'll help with any injuries or bacteria that could cause an infection in a cut. Right now, one of my fancies decided to burn herself on the heater. So, yeah. I've been treating that. It's finally scabbed over because I can feel it when I touch it. It's a scab. But my hands are always very clean. I make sure I wash my hands before I ever touch them. And I also put stress coat on my hands before I put them in the tank. So if I have to deal with my fish hands in my hands, I make sure that I have stress coat. My hands are clean so I don't give them any bacteria from, everyday life. If you guys have any questions, I actually know a lot more than what I can think of right now because I'm sitting here throwing shit out on top of my head. I can build fish tanks, teach you guys how to set up your own filtration systems, CO2 systems, 3D backgrounds, decorations. I know how to make homemade decorations with silicone. Thing is, I don't keep decorations mainly because my fish have a tendency of hurting themselves and everything. I just keep 3 bowls of gravel in my live plants because they like to eat live plants and they really enjoy it. But yeah, if you guys have any questions, don't be afraid to ask. You can subscribe if you want. I mean, I'm just gonna be putting out videos. Alright? See ya!